Hello students, welcome to Eternal Easy Education. In this session, we are going to learn Chapter 1, Introduction to Computers. Content of this video is what is cold computing and what is warm booting. First of all, what is booting? An operating system, that is OS, is the basic software that makes the computer to work. That means when you switch on the computer, we will wait for a screen. When we see the start button screen, we feel happy that my system is okay and it is working. So the first screen we are seeing on that monitor with the start button is said to be operating system's first screen or desktop screen. So booting means when the power is on, the OS which is stored in the hard disk should be come to the RAM memory. That process is said to be booting. When a computer is switched on, there is no information in its RAM, that is the main memory. At the same time in ROM, that is read-only memory, the pre-written program called POST, power on self-test, will be executed first. That means when you switch on the monitor, you can see a light blinking on your keyboard and mouse, that is power on self-test. It will check all the peripheral device connected with the CPU. Next, this program checks if the devices like RAM, keyboard, etc. are connected properly and ready to operate. So first, when the power is switched on, then the next point is when the power is on, RAM is having no information. Then ROM is having a pre-returned program that is called POST, power on self-test. This program is get executed. What is the functionality of the POST program means it will check all the peripheral device connected with the CPU. Next, if these devices are ready, then the BIOS, basic output system, gets executed. After POST, BIOS is executed. This process is called booting. So is it clear, children? Power on, then POST, then BIOS. So then after that we will see the OS. So this process is called booting. After that, a program called bootstrap loader transfers OS from the hard disk into the main memory. Now the OS gets loaded, whether it is a Windows or Linux, and it will get executed. Then only we feel happy that my system is working. This booting is having two divisions. One is cold booting, another one is warm booting. When the system starts from initial state, that is it is switched on, we call it as cold booting or hard booting. It will all come for one word or 2 mark question. When the user presses the power button, the instructions are read from the ROM to initialize the booting process. Simply when you switch on a computer first time, then it is said to be the cold booting or hard booting. Then what is warm booting? When a system restarts or when reset button is pressed, we call it as warm booting or soft booting. So what is the difference? The system does not start from initial state, and so all diagnosis tests need not be carried out in this case. There are chances of data loss and system damage as the data might not have been stored properly. So simply restart is said to be soft booting or warm booting. But there is a drawback. What is the drawback? In reset process, the diagnosis test is not done and sometimes the data may be lost. So have a recap. What is booting? The process of storing the OS from the ROM to the RAM is booting. That means bootstrap loader after booting. It's have two types, cold booting and hard booting. Cold booting is warm booting. Hard booting is called soft booting. Then warm booting example or the functionality is switching off the computer or switching on the computer. Then soft booting is restarting. So warm booting is switching on and soft booting is restarting. So that's all the cold and hard booting. Thank you. Have a good day.